Okay, hey guys. I just thought I would make a video about this audio build I did on this 2011 GMC Terrain. I did document this in the Terrain Equinox forum and the DEMA forum on the build log. I just felt like making a video. I don't know, I got kind of motivated to do it. So just kind of go through this thing. I don't have any panels pulled, but if you want to see what I did in the doors, you could go on the build log and check it out. Basically, we used the stock signal from the stock radio. Didn't do a aftermarket head unit. In these, you'd have to do it down in here, where the radio is actually back behind there. But we didn't do that. We just used the stock signal, and I used a bypass harness under here. There's a stock amplifier under there, and I just used a harness to the harnesses that I build actually to hook into the signal, just basically bypassing the entire stock amplifier. Use the signal and the speaker outputs for the front doors. This is the bass knob, controls the bass level on it. Usually leave that about halfway. I don't know why she has it turned all the way up. I'm gonna blow them things. And then we got the knob here, the DSP. This knob here controls the digital signal processor. There's 10 different presets. I've got it set up in many different ways. This controls the output on that, the volume. I just leave that all the way up. And then the select button is for the source, whatever you're gonna use. So we did just use the stock signal. And for the doors here, under here is a SB Acoustics SB17 polycarbon cones. They sound really sweet. Had to make new speaker baffles under there, and these doors are very sound deadened. I've got Colossus, New Concepts Colossus I used. 2 layers on the outer skin here. You can see these things are just they're just like safes. This whole thing is sound deadened. These back doors, even though there's no, it's like a rock. It's really nice. So that's the front door speakers, and the tweeter is under here. It's a C's textile dome, like 1 inch. Kind of a shallow mount, fit in there pretty nicely. We just put it back behind that plate there. Worked out pretty nicely. So it's just a 2-way active front. And I'm going to show you what I did with the power wire here. You can see this is the fuse. This is a 0 gauge wire that runs underneath the car. Goes underneath the car and to the back, up under here. There's a grommet under there. It's really big, and it just comes up through, and you can't see it under here, obviously. But that's where the main power wire comes in, and then the main ground is under here. There's a nice hump that's really solid, and I ground down to bare metal. And I got really good readings, and it turned out really good. That's where the main ground is. So that's it for like the front stage, and the power wire and the batteries and the sound deadening. I'm just kind of going through this. I don't want to make this video too long and bore you. But this is the stock subwoofer location here. We did not use that. There is a woofer under there that's not being used. It's just bypassed. A lot of guys do use that location, and it's a really good location. If you're going to do, you can take your stock 8-inch, and you can actually modify the box. A lot of guys are doing this. Guy's doing it right now. Eric Saint is the guy's name. He's doing it on the Terrain forum, and Band Director did it. Actually, Band Director, I think he was the pioneer for that. Shout out to you, Chris. But it's a great location if you're doing something. This panel comes off right here, and your stock woofer location is under there, and you can modify it and actually put a 10-inch woofer in there. And it's a really, really stealth way to do it. Really nice. And then over here, guys take this panel off and they put an amplifier under there, which is something that band directors started and a lot of guys followed suit. It's a really, really nice thing. The thing I don't like about that is if you need to make adjustments to the amp, if you're having problems with your system, you got to take this whole panel off. And this panel is really big. It runs all the way down, like to the floorboard down there. It's like a huge piece. And getting it off of there is kind of a pain. But I don't know. If I did it here, I'd probably like make an access panel or something to be able to open it. But I didn't do that. We went here, we took the spare tire out and used the whole spare tire area to make an amp rack in a subwoofer enclosure. And this whole floor is false. I had to get a carpet match for this. This is 3/4 inch MDF. And got a couple of vents in there for the sub or for the amplifiers. And you can see the carpet match is really good to the stock upholstery. It took me a long time to find it. I finally found it on a store on eBay called, oh, what was the name of that store? I can't think of the name of it, but they did me really well. They gave me a perfect match, and put a nice satin handle on this. And I'm going to go ahead and lift this and show you what this looks like under here. So we got a couple Alpine Type R's 12s, and this is a sealed enclosure. It's a hybrid, like half fiberglass. The whole bottom is fiberglass, and halfway up the sides is fiberglass, and the rest of it is wood. It's a 3/4 inch, real nice ACX, like sanded. I don't think it's ACX. I can't remember the name of the stuff, but it was really, really nice. It's lightweight. It's solid. It's not quite a birch. It's a different grade of wood, but that's what the rest of the box here is made out of, or the enclosure. And these Alpines are wired. They're dual 4-ohm coils, and I've got them wired in series parallel to a final 2-ohm, which is ran by this amp up here, this Zapco. I think it's an STX 2000 or SM 2000. So at 2 ohms, this thing's putting off 1500 watts to these drivers. We could have made it a 1-ohm load, not with these. I would have had dual 2-ohm voice coil, or yeah, dual 2-ohm voice coils to do that. And then it would have put off 2000 watts, but I just didn't think that was necessary. This isn't an SPL build. I'm not really into that SPL stuff. I'm really into sound quality. So 1500 watts is plenty good enough. And then this here is the Zapco 6-channel amp that runs the whole front stage. It is bridged down to 4 channels. 2 of the channels are running the tweeters at 100 watts each. And the doors, the 6.5 SB acoustics, are getting 300 watts each. And I was having a problem with this overheating at first. So what I did was I bought these fans, these amp fans that run and they keep it nice and cool. I never have a problem now. I can pound this thing for hours and this thing just gets barely warm. So these fans are really nice. They're made by Pack, and gosh, did that work out great. And this is the Zapco processor that the signal runs straight into right here. I just ran speaker wires into these RCAs and the signal goes in. It's just left and a right. And these are all the outputs that go to the amps. And this is the ground block. The main ground goes in here and the rest go out. This is the main power block. It's fused. Got a 0 gauge going in, and we got 4 gauges going out to the amps. And then this yellow wire here is the fuse for the fans. So in case something happens that you get too much amperage, I got those fused as well. Prevent any type of fires or anything like that. Okay, and the whole system all together, I wanted to say 8. It's around 20. Yeah, it's about 2,300 watts RMS total. It's not a lot, but it's enough to get a real nice sound quality. The system sounds fantastic. I've spent hours tuning it with the DSP software, and I'm really pleased with how this thing sounds now. I'm not gonna demo it on a video, because listening to a stereo like this on a device is a sin. You just can't appreciate it. Anybody who does car audio knows that. One other thing I want to point out is, you know, these struts that we put on the boxes, they turned out really nice. You know, you don't have to, I'm standing here, you don't have to, it just closes down and opens real nicely. Just goes straight up and just stays up. So I guess that's about it, guys. I always wanted to make a video for this, and I keep putting it off, but that's it. Again, the 2011 GMC Terrain with an active two-way front, about 2,300 watts. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.